Hello and welcome to the Roxamore Sports broadcast coverage of today's 6:30 game here for the 210 speed and agility 7-on-7. Right now, right there in the blue with the touchdown is Perry going against Monessen right there in the gray. Thank you for joining us here, ladies and gentlemen, for a 6:30 game. We got action all the way up till 8 o'clock. Actually, the last game will end at 8 o'clock. I'm Maximilian Keeper here, alongside with everybody's favorite guy, the one and only Mike Costa. Mike, how you doing, man?
Real good, Max. I do just want to give you a heads up. You said it was a touchdown. The gentleman was just short, so it's now 4th and goal for the Commodores. Can they get into the end zone from the half-yard line?
Okay, you see, I was looking at one of the referees, and it looked like he had his arms up, but okay. All right. So apparently he was just as confused as I was. So maybe I'm just looking at the wrong thing. But let's see, that was indeed a touchdown in that one. So that is the first 6 points of this game. Right now, it is 6-0. Perry in the lead.
Yeah, you were just one play ahead of your time, Max.
Psychic abilities, man. All right, I gotta start marketing that stuff. Now, let's see. So we got 6-0. We did have quite a few Woodland Hills games, so if you're here for the Woodland Hills games, we apologize, we did miss some of those. Woodland Hills came out pretty close to winning the last game there against Brashear, but it ended up 21-19.
And earlier on, these Monessen Greyhounds did play the Wolverenes in a heated game. We do not have the result, but one of the players for Woodland Hills was doing some trash talking to Monessen. And all in good fun, though. We hope, at least.
Yeah. I mean, all for healthy competition and healthy trash talking. If there is such a thing. Let's see. So right now the score remains 6-0. Perry in the lead, at least thus far, until Monessen shows us how it's done.
Greyhounds going 3 receivers. They're changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Quarterback is back, looking for somebody. He's going deep. He's got a man open, but it's intercepted by the Commodores for a big 3 points.
Indeed, that is 9-0 is now the score. 3 points for every interception.
Wait, is it 2 points or 1 point? 3 points, so it's 10-0.
Okay.
10-0.
Okay, I lied to you. It's actually 10. Okay. Mike, it's a good thing I'll be giving people the wrong numbers.
That's okay. Like I said last week, math is hard.
I mean, yeah, I do numbers for a living, so it's just, it gets to you after a while. Towards 5 o'clock, my brain is shut down, you know? But nonetheless, it is a great day here. It's actually kind of cool, but at least some of the smoke cleared up out of the sky. I don't feel it in my lungs right now, so got to breathe in some of that good air. And, of course, I don't know if we're going to see you guys from either Monessen or Perry here later today, so in advance, we wish you a happy Father's Day and a happy Juneteenth, which comes up right after Father's Day.
Yeah, we can get more into Juneteenth later on, but very, very happy. It is a national federal holiday now. And, of course, today is Flag Day, so we hope you're flying any flag you want because, of course, you should be able to fly any flag you want, but that is a different argument. 4 different days, we had a gain of 18 on that pass, and that brings up a 2nd down and 2, ball at the 22-yard line.
Perry looking good here, and it looks like they have a man open, and that they do. They get the touchdown. We are looking at a very powerful game here by Perry. 16-0 is now the score.
Yeah, Perry putting on a clinic so far in this.
Oh, without a doubt, yeah. I mean, absolutely great quarterback they have there, and just great reception. You can tell these guys are fine-tuned to each other.
Perry going for 1 here to increase their score to 17 points. And we see the coach for Perry actually has a light jacket on, and middle of June, Max, and people are out there wearing light jackets. What are we coming to in this world? As Perry is just come on to another point. 17-0. Monessen now trying to answer.
Of course, and now 17-0. That is quite a uphill battle here for Monessen. However, not impossible. The game is still young. We started at 6:30, and right now it's 6:36. Each game is worth 20 minutes. So they got plenty of time here to turn things back up around, and we know Monessen is certainly capable of doing that.
And
Let's
Max,
see what action they got.
I do want to correct something we said last week. It was Brashear and another team that's skipping my brain right now. But we said, oh, they're just going for two for fun. No, they were in overtime. We had the score incorrect. So we just want to say to our viewers, if you see two of these schools just going back and forth, trading 2-point conversions, that means we've reached overtime.
Right. And it's also worth mentioning that we do not have a schedule for today. So your guess is as good as ours, but stay tuned. If you're here for a different school and these guys ain't your guys, well, surely the next game will be. Well, actually, you can't say surely, but it might be. It might be. Right now, I'm looking at Seton LaSalle, Still Valley. Woodland Hills was here earlier, but I think they just left, so I think that is it for Woodland Hills. So if you're here for Woodland Hills, we apologize, but that is it for them here today. And, of course, Perry and Monessen going at it head-to-toe.
Tip drill working. Tipped by 3 different people and eventually finally caught by a greyhound. You know, wouldn't it be funny, Max, if sports didn't exist and when we say caught by a greyhound, an actual greyhound dog came by and caught the ball? A la Air Bud.
I would like that.
Hey, there's nothing in the rule books that say a greyhound can't play football.
I mean, like Air Bud, yeah, like the dog playing basketball. Would that even be allowed? I got to wonder about these script writers sometimes, man.
But hey, if you're me, you'd be too distracted to go pet the good boy.
So I do see South Allegheny possibly. I believe that's South Allegheny. And Johnstown is here as well. So there's a possibility they will be playing here later tonight. And I think I'm looking at Brashear. Brashear, yep, they're still here.
And we see one of the Commodores on the field doing some push-ups, knowing he let an interception go right by him.
Absolutely. Yeah, that is a hard one to swallow, but hey, it happens. Especially in the 7-on-7, it's just kind of getting you a little bit oiled up for the official season. And right now, the prospects are quite high for these guys. So far, so good. I can't wait to see what they got cooking up when the official season comes around in August. And nothing came of that play. It looked like a little bit of a collision there, but hey, they are up on their feet.
Yeah,
at least one guy is.
We hope everyone's okay. We know one person for Perry is doing some push-ups. Yeah, we hope everyone's okay, especially in a scenario like this for all intents and purposes. It is a competitive league, and
right.
Everyone wants to win, but at the end of the day, we see the gentleman is up, walking off on his own power, so that is very good to see.
That it is, yeah. We're not playing with helmets, and there is a chance for an ugly collision there, worse than a regular official football season collision. So something you got to watch out for. And, of course, force a habit, right? I mean, we are doing one-hand tackles, but occasionally running at a certain velocity can equal a tackle. And just trying to go for a one-hand tackle could lead for a push. Nonetheless, Monessen gaining some ground here at the 15-yard line.
2 more chances to punch it into that yellowish end zone, or yellowish, oh my gosh. Bluish end zone.
Hang in there, Mike. All right, so we got Monessen just outside the end zone. They can absolutely make something of this play, and they got the time to do it. But, again, they got an uphill battle. I mean, they got to get quite up there. We're looking at 17-0 right now. Let's see what the quarterback has here. And taken out by number 21 from Perry.
Yeah, short gain of 5 on there. Now they have 17 yards to work with compared to the math is hard, folks. Oh, my gosh. 22 yard. I'm off with my math today. But, yeah, that end zone 7 yards deep. So you have that's where the extra 7 yards come from. Now they got 10 yards to pay dirt. Got 17 yards to work with. And it's for Monessen, even though it is 4th down, you do have a little bit more room to work with and make Perry defend more ground.
Let's see what we got. Quarterback in action here. He sends it straight and beautifully into the end zone. Mercy. That is a touchdown there for Monessen. 6 under 17 Let's see if they're going in for the, yes they are, they're going in for the additional 2 points after their touchdown. Looking to move this 6 to an 8.
Hey, why not? You get the 2 points, you get an interception, all of a sudden you're only down 6.
Absolutely, yes. Might as well, when you're behind, I mean, you want to get as close to a tied game as possible, or better yet, a lead. So let's see what we got here. Can they do it? Quarterback in action, and it looks like he has a gentleman open, and a little bit too much distance on that ball as it went out of bounds. So the score remains for Monessen, 6-17, Perry in the lead.
So now Perry once again takes over, and let's see if their quick strike offense can quick strike once again.
Indeed it is. And again, happy Thanksgiving. Not happy Thanksgiving. My God.
Hey, it's my favorite holiday, so I'll take it, Max.
Yeah, I'm hungry, man. That's what I'm thinking of right now. But happy Father's Day to those of you that are fathers. And, of course, happy Juneteenth. 158 years of freedom. And only 2 years, actually 3 years of it being recognized as a national federal holiday. Of course, back in 2020, the NFL recognized it as a official league holiday. Let's see what we got. And beautifully captured there by number 3 as he, did a little bit of maneuvering there around the defense for Perry. And he's gained some ground here for Perry as they are now down at the just outside the 15-yard line.
Yeah, not too often you see some shifty moves there, and you make a man miss in tag football, but we've seen a couple of moves like that today. Perry going with the check down, and he's got some room, and he makes a man miss. He's going to walk into the end zone for 6.
And it counts as a touchdown. Well, how about that? I mean, that is some good psych abilities right there.
Good blocking by the receiver downfield, and good patience by the running back to wait until that block was made to make sure he could take that check down into the end zone for 6.
And they're going in for that additional 1 point here. So right now it's 23-6. And it looks like they're trying to go in for 24-6. Let's see, quarterback sends it straight, and it is a sure thing. Gift wrapped nicely to the receiver. We are now 24-6.
So, Max, I do want to give a shout-out to Tim Bostard. He just messaged me a schedule.
All right.
So this game we have Monessen Perry. Our next game coming up, we figured out the mystery team. It's Bishop Canavan. They will face Brashear, and we will see Monessen again take on Carrick at 7:30.
All right. So, Monessen fans, be sure to stay tuned with us for our 7:30 game. Again, that is at 7:30 here on the Roxamore Sports Network. Thank you for that, Mike.
You're welcome, and thank you to Tim Bostard for sending us a schedule. And a programming note that we will stay all the way through this time. We are not going to welcome you back. We're just going to stay through, and if you enjoy the conversations Max and I have, guess what? We're going to be doing them on the air now.
Yeah, we'll just keep it like podcast friendly, just talk about random stuff now. We'll keep it entertaining. All right, let's see. Quarterback.
And it's a false start on the Greyhounds. They sent the running back into motion, and he did not get set in time, or he didn't stop before he went forward. That's why. This isn't the Arena League. You have to be set before you can hike the ball.
Right you are. Monessen, not too far. Actually, what am I saying? Yeah, they are quite far right now. But nonetheless, the game is over when it's over. Monessen looking forward to getting this ball as far as they can and getting that scoreboard up a little. Some points always better than no points. Again, these games are only 20 minutes long. And right now, Perry is really just taking up all the spotlight here. But Monessen, no shot off yet. And of course, we got another game by Monessen for our last game at 7:30.
And Monessen getting 3 games in today.
The more the merrier. They're like the new Johnstown. Johnstown always tries crowding up as many games as possible. So let's see what we got here. Quarterback in action.
It's got a man over the seam, but goes to the smaller check down, and it's good enough for the Greyhound first down. Had a man wide open down the seam, but didn't take it, but still get the first down nonetheless. 4 more shots at the end zone. Ball at the 15-yard line.
All right, let's see what we got. We're down at the 15-yard line. Monessen looks like they might have a chance here to get a touchdown based on what we've seen so far. The quarterback is not afraid of sending it fall when need be, and as time is running out, that might be the call he's going to go with. But let's see.
And I like this. Monessen has the play sheet showing the quarterback as they overload the far side, going 4 receivers, looking for someone, goes to that side, and it is dropped in the end zone.
That would have been so good. Had it gone in there, it would look like it was just a straight shot right into the hands of victory. But unfortunately, it's just slippery. It's slippery, Mike. It just ran right out of his hands.
Yeah, he had his chance for the 6 to get Monessen right back into this game, but couldn't pull it in. I'd like the overload to the far side, try to create some chaos over there, and it almost worked as our man in the red pants just could not pull it in. So Monessen now with 5 receivers, looking for someone, have a man open. He finds him, and he's going to walk into the end zone for an easy 6 for the Greyhounds.
Beautifully done there. 12 under 24. Perry in the lead. Monessen just behind.
So Monessen definitely going to go for 2 here to try to make it a 10-point deficit. We saw earlier what 1 interception and a quick touchdown can do, so huge 2-point conversion here for the Greyhounds.
And congratulations to the class of 2023. Came a long way, and you got still a long way to go, but nonetheless, you guys are doing great. And remember, you always define your own definition of success. Sometimes you do well, sometimes you do not quite as what you expected, but nonetheless, don't get discouraged. Keep doing you, and at the end of the day, just stay strong. Stay strong. One thing I always used to do whenever I would fail a test, Mike, is I would actually reward myself. So if I did good and I got an A, I was always going to ride high on my A, and if I did bad, like if I got like a C or something like that, I would always go out and get like a pizza or ice cream or something like that. Just something that has a pick-me-up, and you know what, and next time I'll do way better. So I usually was able to turn like my D's and stuff like that to A's afterwards. So hey, I mean, nonetheless, those are all just grades, arbitrary things. They don't really define who you are, but at the same time, you still want to do your best. But hey, I actually know a guy that didn't even go to college, and he makes $250,000 a year just doing graphic design and stuff like that. And, you know, that is some crazy stuff, because I went to college and I don't make anywhere near that much money. So, but hey, I mean, again, you define your own success. So congratulations to class of 2023. You're doing a great job. Hang in there. You got a bold future ahead of you, and we wish you well. As for those of you still in high school, hang in.
Yeah, Max, while you were telling us about your glory days from college, where you would have gone pro if you didn't hurt your elbow, this game has ended. So your final score, the Perry Commodores double up the Monessen Greyhounds 24-12.
Yeah, Perry's. They're a powerhouse. Monessen, we got more action from them coming up at 7:30, so stay tuned for that. Right now, we are heading off into, or I believe you said Carrick versus Brashear. Not Brashear, Bishop Canavan.
Bishop Canavan and Brashear is coming up next.
Okay, so
we're looking down there. Brashear is currently in a battle with Seton LaSalle down on the other field. And Bishop Canavan is currently just waiting to play.
Looking forward to seeing that one here. So that finishes up with Perry and Monessen. Got our next game coming up here shortly. And again, we'll be here every Tuesday, in case you guys didn't know this little fact, obviously. In case you guys didn't know, but we'll be here every Tuesday, Wednesday, from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. from now until July 1st, when we have our knockout game as well as championship game in the same day. Also, shout out to PA Today. They got close-up interviews with some of these athletes here on the field. You can check out their Twitter page at PA Today.
Really looking forward to that playoff and having, some of these athletes have the ability to get interviewed. Our colleague Craig Thomas was telling us when he was playing for Woodland Hills back in the late 80s, early 90s, he really wished he had an opportunity like this where he could work on his interview skills, because whether you like it or not, you're going to need to learn some of this stuff.
Right.
Especially if you do go on to play, even at or any college level, NAIA, Division 1, 2, 3, any of those, someone's going to interview at some point, even if it is just a small college's broadcast. Someone's going to be asking you questions. So you got to learn how to become media savvy. And this is just a smart way to get involved. Because I remember before doing the Peach Bowl last year, I was already thinking of questions if we were going to interview people to ask. One of them was going to be to York's running back, Brashear White. I believe that was his name, if I'm mistaken. I'm sorry. He was going to West Virginia, as he's going to be a freshman there now. And I remember was going to ask him, and I said, hey, great job in the game today, and then end it with so you're going to West Virginia next year. Who you got on Thursday, Pitt or West Virginia? So stuff like that, try to loosen them up and get them ready for that question and stuff like that, as we do see Brashear, the Bulls, charging onto the field now.
Yeah, they are ready for action here for the 7-on-7 game here for a 7 o'clock game.
And remember, these schedules are subject to change. So right now we see Brashear warming up after their game, and they are currently scheduled to face Bishop Canavan. But Steel Valley is warming up on the field right now, so we will see what happens, but be prepared for Brashear and Bishop Canavan.
Absolutely. And shout out to D. Brown, the founder of the 210 Speed and Agility 7-on-7. We are in year 3 here. I might be incorrect about that. Year 2, but I think it's year 3. We're in year 2, because originally the first one was for the culture. So this is year 2 of the 7-on-7. Okay, that closed up the confusion. So shout out to Coach Steve Brown for arranging this event here. Multiple schools, one field, and that one field is the Woodland Hills Wolvearena, located in Turtle Creek, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, we are coming from Turtle Creek Stadium, better known as the Wolvearena. I'm obviously biased, but I think this is the best place in the world to watch a high school football game. You're right on top of the field, no track, beautiful view.
Right.
Now, there's some other good fields around the stadium. North Hills Martirelli Stadium is a wonderful place to watch a game. Norwin has a great stadium, even though it does have a track. But it's like some of these stadiums where you're higher up and you get a better view.
Right.
And we mentioned, hey, the schedule is subject to change. Looks like Bishop Canavan's going to take on Johnstown on our other field, so we're going to get Brashear and Steel Valley on our field now.
Yeah. Okay, well, we were all looking at the schedule in good faith there, but hey, whatever. But Mike, the question is those other fields, are they going to get a new scoreboard like the Woodland Hills Wolvearena? I don't think so.
We don't know.
We're about to have a new spiffy scoreboard here.
I will believe that when we see it.
Yeah.
When we're back here on August 25th, and if we see a video board on there, we'll be excited. But until that happens, I'm not going to get excited. Or until I get the email from the athletic director saying, hey, someone from Daktronics has come in. They're going to give you the dimensions, how to do this. Once I get that email, then I'll believe we're actually getting the scoreboard.
Right. Yeah, we definitely do need that. It looks like that scoreboard's hanging on for dear life. But, hey, nonetheless, it's a great facility out here. And it's a great time as a commentator to cover these games here with these very talented athletes. Again, shout out to PA today. You can check out their close-up interviews with the athletes on the field. Of course, we will be doing some interviews ourselves as well for the championship on July 1st, as we will be on the field ourselves.
We are going to double-check that date. So, and actually, you know, we talk about 2/10. If my eyes do not deceive me, I think the best defensive lineman in the history of the NFL is on the field right now, and Aaron Donald.
Aaron Donald, yeah. It looks like
if him. My eyes do not deceive me, that is him. Actually, looks like he has a young man next to him with a pitch shirt on, so yes. I believe Aaron Donald has made an appearance here.
All the way from California. All right. Welcome back. Penn Hills alumni of 2010.
Yeah, wait until, you know, obviously I am a Pitt season ticket holder. I am still shocked his 97 has not been retired yet.
Shortly after, we're going to have Still Valley going against Brashear.
You know, just a quick funny story about Aaron Donald. You know, I follow the recruiting trail, especially for the local kids. Try to see where they're going. And, you know, Woodland Hills, Penn Hills are rivals. And his senior year, I was like, Dad, actually, this is really nice. Aaron Donald is taking pictures with some Seton-style rebels out there. So
right.
That's great to see. But so I would go to a Penn Hills game. It's like, man, Dad, I'll tell you what, that Aaron Donald is really, really, really good. Said he's going to Pitt, everything like that. So once he started getting on the field, because the original plan was to redshirt him, but guess what? He was so good, they just couldn't redshirt him. So essentially, it became a joke. Like every time Donald would make a tackle, my dad would go, "My man!" As this pass is thrown and tipped and almost intercepted by the Ironmen. We saw them with a great performance last week against Woodland Hills, winning in overtime.
Yep. Game is in action here. Still Valley going against Brashear. And again, yeah, it's great that the NFL players come out here and get in touch with their roots, that being high school, because high school is a launch pad for a lot of people in football and as well as other professions. But nonetheless, it is great to have so many schools here competing against each other, especially Allegheny County. We are a mass producer of just sports players in general. Right now, not a whole lot of ground covered there by Brashear, but they are gaining some ground here as they made it past the 35-yard line. No, 35-yard line.
So gain of 7 on that play brings up 3rd down and 13. He's got his check down, but the pass is dropped, brings up crucial 4th down now. So, Max, there is actually some big news in streaming for the WPIL today. The video streaming rights today were granted to the NFHS network. So, Trib Live will not have streaming rights to the championship games as that pass is caught, and that will be enough for a 1st down. So, the you have to wonder if these championship games are going to be free now, as NFHS charges $80 a year for a subscription or $12 a month. So you really, that is a,
got mixed
you know,
feelings about that.
I'm going to say that I'm going to take my broadcasting hat off and put my fan hat on and my cheapskate hat on. But, you know, I love supporting some of these kids as that man is wide open in the end zone and it's broken up. So the quarterback had his receiver open. Receiver had enough time to jump in the air to try to get his attention, but gave the safety enough time to come over and break up that play. But back to the, you know, rights broadcast. I don't know, man. $12 a month for potentially one game. And, you know, some of these state, you know, for example, if a state playoff game, you know, last year, you know, Steel Valley, for example, they got lucky. They played Westinghouse up at West Mifflin. That's not really a far drive, but, you know, you get on a certain side of the bracket as this pass is almost intercepted. They'll bring up 3rd and goal. So if your school's playing an hour and a half away, and you know you don't know what the weather's going to be like late November, early December, do you really want to fork over the $12 to watch your team play? Now, granted, you might be paying that in a ticket, but then again, like I said, I'll be 100% honest. I am very cheap, but yeah, we'll see what happens.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I'm the same way, Mike. I mean, I'm always a fan of the word free and a fan of the word cheap as well.
Hey,
not cheap in quality, though, obviously.
Say if it's free, it's for me.
So Brashear right here at the 20-yard line, ready for some action. The score remains 0-0. Of course, each game being, 20 minutes. We got one more game after this, and we're not exactly sure if it's going to be 100% accurate. We did expect a game with Monessen being the last one, but that is subject to change as this game wasn't clearly Bishop Canavan, as we had in mind, going against Brashear. It's Still Valley going against Brashear. So let's see what we got, and that is
We're waiting to see the official call. He's going to confer. They're going to go confer. It's very close. Brashear obviously thinks it's a touchdown. My guess is he was in, but the only negative thing is there was no official close on the play. The closest one was about 15 yards away.
And they say it's a touchdown.
It is a touchdown. Good eye, Max.
All right. So let's see what we got here.
6-0 Bulls over the Ironmen.
Ooh, baby. All right. It's bound to happen. And what do you know? It happened. They're going in for that 1-point attempt here. Looking to turn that 6 into a 7. The lucky 7. Let's see what we got. And, of course, if there's an interception made in this play, it doesn't count. So, but otherwise, interceptions are worth 3 points, except for when they're going in for that extra point. And, did he get it?
Yes, he did.
Got it. All right, so 7-0.
Steel Valley with their first chance of the afternoon.
I don't know if that's an extra point. He looks a little disappointed after catching that ball. Welcome everybody to the 2-10 league. I got a graphic book for you now.
Okay, Steel Valley in action here at the 40-yard line, ready for the offensive play. They don't have really much to overcome here. 7-0, that is doable. And they certainly can take the lead by at least 1 point if they go in for that 2-point attempt after a successful touchdown, if they make it that far. Time will tell. Let's see what we got here. Looks like things are just about ready in play. Quarterback in action. He sends it short, and looks like that would have been a good call as they gain some ground at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, one of the stars for the Ironmen is Deron Barksdale. Made a huge play in overtime in the first game last week against Woodland Hills, he just ripped the ball right from the hands of Amir Brown in the end zone. And Amir was so upset by that, he changed his hairstyle.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we all grieve differently, right? Let's see what we got. Still Valley in action here at the 30-yard line for the offensive play. And quarterback heading off to the left of the field, and a reception just wasn't ready for it.
Yeah, sometimes you start running before you catch the ball because he had lots of green space ahead of him. And the Bulls dodge a bullet there.
It happens to the best of us. I remember a few times when I was playing soccer, the pass would go to me, and something just wouldn't click with me that the ball was heading my way, and they'd just go right past me.
Yeah,
I lose sleep over that, Mike. I lose sleep over that.
Yeah, you get nervous and you forget the basics. Because I know we had a game against Langley years ago in soccer. That was like one of the only times I ever got in, and could have had a hat trick if a couple people passed to me. And like I mentioned, I could have been a star if I didn't hurt my knee in high school. I was never good. I never played.
Could have been the FIFA, you know. Let's see what we got. Oh, looking good. And out of bounds of all kinds there.
Yeah, that's one of the negative things about the Wolvearena is the fences there's not much room in the back of that end zone. And we had 4 people running towards the goalpost. That could have ended up in disaster. But I'm just glad everyone's okay. Is now a 4th and 10, ball at the 30-yard line. Is about to be brought to you. And Brashear looking to add a couple more points on this defensive stand. The Ironmen looking to continue this drive.
Let's see what we got. Stowe Valley in action. And
they're going for it all.
Oh,
2 men fighting for it. Same team. What's the call? They're calling it a touchdown. They are calling it a touchdown. Both men had possession on the ground. But I don't know if they knew they were on the same team or not, but that's a first.
A double touchdown for a single point.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Beautifully done there. A little bit of symbolism also as the sun is just setting over the horizon.
And we do see the coaches for Brashear aren't happy about it. One of them's got a smirk on their face like, I don't know what you want us to do.
So now we are 6 under 7. Still Valley just behind by 1 point.
I've never seen nothing like that before.
So let's see what we got here. They're going in for that 1 point, so they're going for a tied game. Can they do it? Let's see what we got. The quarterback sends it straight, and it is a sure thing. We got a tied up game. 7-7 for the 7-on-7.
The question is, did that last point for Brashear count? Because Duke looked disappointed, like the ref called it off or something. And the coach was like, his hands was up in the air like, yo, what's up? I don't know. So it might be 7-6. I'm just letting you know, it might be.
So we're not sure if you were able to pick up owner Leon Rockymore in the background. There was a little confusion on Brashear's extra point attempt. It looked like he caught it, but looked a little upset afterwards. So we're going to say it's 7-7, and if it comes down to it, and if it goes into overtime, we know we were right.
All right, I like that. As much as I like being free, I also like being right? Brashear right here for the offensive play. They send it deep. Oh, and receive.
Tremendous diving catch there. Falling on his back. You know, it's a good thing it's a little chilly out there. Even last week, it wasn't the warmest.
Right.
But still walking down to that field to get the schedule, and it was hot down there.
Plus, it was smoke in the air also. You had to deal with that. I don't know about you, Mike, but I was choking up here. So can only imagine what our buddies over on the East Coast were getting. We got 15. Well, Brashear at the 15-yard line. 15 more to go. Let's see what we got here. Quarterback sends it off to the receiver, and there was no reception there. That is one of those moments that will keep you up at night, but fortunately it's just a skirmish. But hey, every game counts.
Yeah, timing was just a little bit off. But they still got 3 more chances to get into that end zone.
Certainly is possible. I mean, the quarterback here for Brashear, he has a powerful arm. Let's see if he can get the receivers to coordinate with his power.
Yeah, Bulls struggling a little bit to get set.
And, ooh, to the face. Ay, but he is taking it like a champ.
Well, that's one way to defend a pass. By any means necessary, I guess.
Taking a bullet for the team, except for it's a football this time. Ay.
So the young man does have a hood on there, so it wasn't full force completely, but this is something we brought up last week. Some schools will have, they're essentially small, like soft helmets. You wonder if they're going to bring those here at some point, just because, like I said, at the end of the day, these are 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old kids, and you don't want to mess with their brain.
Right. Yeah, and also we have seen some pretty ugly collisions here. It's better to be on the safe side, even for a skirmish like this. But, hey, I mean, it's up to the officials at the end of the day.
A good job by the Ironman there to lock it down on D. Quarterback had nowhere to throw it, so he just had to get rid of it. So now a big 4th down here for the Bulls.
Brown has helmets that'll be here this week, and that'll be here for next week for kids. He ordered them overseas. That's why they didn't.
So actually, Max, D. Brown did order some helmets. They just have not arrived yet, but they will be in this weekend for next week. So safety is a priority, and you love to see it. So 4th and goal for the Bulls.
Let's see what we
We're
got
back
here.
looking. Scrambling. Has someone tipped. Dropped in a flag on the play. And this is to believe to be on the Ironman. So Brashear will get another shot. But I noticed one thing this time. One of the passes earlier, the quarterback for Brashear never looked to his left. This time he did scan the entire field. So a quick adjustment there.
Brashear just outside the end zone here. At the moment, we potentially have a tied game. Potentially. I say potentially because we're not sure if that one extra point actually went through or not.
We can advertise that the Rock Comedy Show will be having a show coming on tonight or not.
So due to the penalty, since it was in the end zone, ball gets moved to the 1-yard line. So Brashear's 1 yard away from a touchdown. And they're going to spread it out once again. They're going to keep a running back in this side, maybe use him as an emergency check down. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. They got one-on-one coverage, and they go to that far side. Incomplete. No flag on the play. Turnover on downs, and 2 points for the Ironmen. Steel Valley plays with fire with the interference in the end zone, but it all comes up roses. Everything coming up Ironmen. As now they get possession. And Max, we got something coming up tonight at 9 o'clock. Why don't you tell us about it?
8 o'clock. So there's the Rock Comedy Show coming up at 8 o'clock. You can catch it on YouTube, I believe. YouTube and help me out here, boss. Twitter, Facebook as well, or just YouTube everywhere? Okay, so we're talking about the full shebang. We're talking about Twitter, Facebook, Roku TV, Apple TV, Amazon Fire Stick, YouTube, and Facebook beta page. So be sure to check that out at 8 o'clock, which is at the end of this broadcast for the 7-on-7. It's the Rock Comedy Show. Good stuff. Of course, it is not exactly always family friendly, so got to watch out for that. It is funny, though. Funny stuff. Adult content, so watch out. Yeah, definitely viewer discretion is advised. Right now, we are at the 30-yard line with Steel Valley here for the offensive play.
Yeah, gain of 9 on that play. That brings up a 2nd down and 11. Steel Valley with possession. Going 2 receivers to the near side, 2 on the far side, running back to the quarterback's left. Thought about sending a man in motion, decides not to. He's back. Send a man underneath, sets, has a man open beyond the first down marker, got it, makes a man miss, not rolled down, gets down to inside the 5. First and goal for the Ironmen.
All right. Close games, close game. Of course, we got one more coming up after this. This game is just about finished in about, say, 4 minutes, roughly. And, of course, we got a mystery game. If Monessen is not the one that is on the field right now, I actually don't see Monessen here. Am I mistaken? Oh, actually, I do see them. Okay, they're off to the side there. Okay.
Yeah, it's what I'm saying.
Right.
This
I think it's Bishop Canavan. I think Bishop Canavan's not here, so that's...
Bishop Canavan is in there, just like the player is in the end zone, but do they rule it a touchdown? No, they do not. They rule he is out of bounds.
Oh, that didn't count. So we still...
It was a sliding catch in the back of the end zone. Unfortunately, his thigh decided to come down in the white instead of the blue.
Oy vey.
It's one of the first calls of the evening to go the way of the Bulls. So second down and goal, ball at the 7-yard line. 14 yards to work with for the Ironmen.
And if my time is true, we got roughly 2 minutes to go. Let's see what we got. Quarterback sends it off, and interception. Oh, indeed it is by Brashear. That's 3 points off to Brashear.
So yeah, they get the 3 points. They take the lead 10-9. Or they tied it up 9-9. We will find out shortly.
Yeah.
Hey, that
either one.
that overtime theory might be coming true here.
Either one, not too shabby. Oh.
You know, the Ironmen could make it very easy for us and get an interception here, so we won't ever have to know if we have the score correct or not.
Yeah. That's why we need that new scoreboard, Mike.
Now, that new scoreboard wouldn't help us today.
It being there, just encourage us. That because it's a good pick me up at least. Hey, let's see what quarterback sends it deep, and
and it's caught. Is it a touchdown? Waiting for the official rolling. It is a touchdown for the Bulls.
Well, how about that?
16-9. Bulls over the Ironmen. Beautiful job by the quarterback to lay it in the bucket of the receiver in tight coverage. And that will complete the game, if I'm not mistaken. Heard the couple whistles blow, and Brashear's on the field to line up. And your final score, correct? Oh, yeah, the referees and coaches are hugging, so this game is definitely over. Your final score from George A. Novak Field at the Wolvearena, the Brashear Bulls 16, Steel Valley Ironmen 9.
And then we're heading off into our next and last game here for this week. That is Monessen playing against, correct me if I'm wrong, Carrick, right?
That is what the schedule says, but again, schedule subject to change, although we do see Carrick and Monessen coming out to warm up, so.
Okay. So it seems like almost a sure thing here. Of course, we want to wish you all a happy Father's Day coming up this Sunday. I was a little bit ahead of myself. I actually was wishing everybody a happy Father's Day last week, but hey, better early than late. So nonetheless, we, on the behalf of the Roxamore Sports family, wish you a happy Father's Day, as well as shortly after that, a happy Juneteenth, celebrating 158 years of freedom since 1865. It's only been 3 years since Juneteenth has been recognized as an official holiday. So we'll be right back here on the Roxamore Sports Network. Don't go anywhere. Heading off to our last game, Carrick vs. Monessen.
Trouble can find anyone. At Frank Walker Law, we take the time to understand your situation and work tirelessly on your behalf. Hard-hitting representation when you need it the most. A real law firm getting real results.
My name is Carolyn Brown, and I am owner and operator here at Outer Limits Adventure Park. We specialize in birthday parties, group events, family reunions, field trips. We have laser tag, arcade games, party rooms, inflatables, and we do have a ninja course coming soon. We are the first Black-owned family entertainment center in Pittsburgh. If your child has their birthday party here, we're going to make them feel like they're the only child here in the world. We like to celebrate them. Next to Christmas, celebrating your birthday party.
Listen, do y'all understand the bigger the disability, the bigger the check?
Where I'm at in my career, I'm at that valley point in my career. That Eddie Kane Jr., I'm like right there with it. Nights like this, I wish.
So hit the block heavy when they're like, got that breathe again. Got that comeback. I killed him on Sunday. Got that resurrection. Got that burn.
So I started limping over there to her fast, but wasn't fast enough. So I had to get her attention. I'm like, hey. She turned around, see me limping towards her. She says, oh my gosh, you've been shot. I just fell on the ground. There wasn't even nothing wrong with me.
Graduated from Ohio State Penitentiary. They got real classes in there. Anybody been in that school? No, they got real classes. Like, it's 50-year-old man in there. They was like, hey, fam, can you be quiet? I got school in the morning.
And I'm still fat. So if you watch season 1, I remained and maintained all this weight for season 2. I ate just enough fried chicken, cornbread, collard greens, mac and cheese, all that, just to maintain all of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the Roxamore Sports broadcast of tonight's very last game here between Carrick and Monessen. As the schedule had promised, that last score was passed on by quarterback Zion Fry after Marcus Fields.
And Max, I know you've complained about rosters, about us not having one. Just going back and checking some of the YouTube comments from last week, want to give a huge shout out to BNIC Productions. They gave us a Carrick roster with numbers and everything.
That's a game changer. Okay, we've been looking forward for that roster for the longest time, Mike. We also want to bring your attention over to the 8 o'clock show coming up here after this event. That is the Rock Comedy Show, the show before Christmas. Be sure to check it out. Good stuff on there. And you can catch it on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Apple TV, Roku TV, Amazon Fire Stick, and, of course, the Facebook beta page as well for the Roxamore Sports. That is the Rock Comedy Show, the show before Christmas. And then, of course, it has adult content, so viewer discretion is highly advised. Quarterback from Monessen sends it deep. It looks like a sure thing, and that it is. It is a touchdown right there for Monessen as they gain 6 points for themselves.
That's probably what that is.
Mighty fine on there from the quarterback.
It looks like we got a shootout at the Wolvearena tonight. I'm all for it.
So they're going back and forth already. Score.
And it looks like they're going in for that 2-point attempt. Riding high on their confidence. Let's see if they can deliver on the expectation.
Going for 2. That pass is, man, wide open.
Ooh.
Climbs the ladder to get the 2 points. 8-7. Almost called them the Groundhogs. Greyhounds over the Raiders.
The Groundhogs. Can you imagine if a school actually went with that name? I mean, I guess it could work. I mean, there's been more ridiculous mascots out there, but that's something you could really rally behind. Nonetheless, 8-7. Off to a good start here. Close game, actually. So we got some powerful quarterbacks here from Monessen and Carrick as well.
Everyone in the huddle for the Raiders. As they break, 3 receivers to Zion Fry's right. Number 3, Dayon Arner to his left. 1 receiver at the top of your screen. Fry's back. Looking for someone to go to. He goes to his check down. That's caught.
Oh.
Good job of holding on to the ball through contact. That was number 2, Marcus Fields, who had a touchdown earlier in this game.
Right.
Gets 5 yards there. Fields does. Brings up 2nd and 15, ball at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, Marcus Fields, he's one that's a go-to receiver when it comes to Zion Fry. Knowing exactly where to send that ball off to. He delivers time and time again. So he's definitely somebody that can, I don't want to say carry the team. He, obviously, it's all cogs in the machine there, but he's definitely a go-to guy.
Raiders go 5 wide. 3 receivers to the near side. Fry is back. Looking. Goes to the middle of the field, and it is dropped.
Good position.
Dayon Arner drops that pass. Had it open. And no, that's the one thing. We have rosters now, so if someone drops the ball, now we can put a name to the face. So,
yeah, I mean, just need Monessen in here, and it's a wrap. I mean, having a roster definitely does bring the recognition these athletes definitely deserve. Here for the 7-7, of course, we want to get them as much exposure as possible. So, absolutely, greatly appreciated there for the roster. Let's see what we have, and yeah, that there could have been something on that ball. I can see what he was doing with that play.
Yeah, Fry attempted to go to number 12. Kajon Johnson just could not complete the pass, and that brings up a crucial 4th down in 15 for the Raiders.
Right, that would have got them to the ground they need right now here in this play.
Monessen coaches calling out the plays. They have some on play cards, which is always nice to see. Fry breaks the huddle. We're going to go 3 receivers to the near side. 1-on-1 coverage up top. They can roll the safety over, though. Running back to the right of Fry. He's back. Waiting for someone to get by. And that pass is caught. That's Marcus Fields, but that's not enough for a 1st down. 3 points for Monessen, 11-7. Greyhounds over the Raiders. Give the ball back to the Greyhounds.
Yeah, Monessen definitely is a team to display their power. Great quarterback there. As it was him that took the lead. Well, at least led to a lead being taken here. As the score is 8-9, or 8-7. I lied. 11-7. It's been a long day here. Let's see. Okay, quarterback sends it off to number 4, and they do gain a lot of ground there in that play.
Yeah, a lot of A lot of yak on that play as Zion Fry comes up and makes the tackle for the Raiders. Greyhounds go and hurry up as they got a gain of 14 on that play. 2nd down and 6. Greyhound got on underneath, man, doesn't go to, throws it. Little miscommunication there.
Yeah.
Had 2 men in the area, but neither one of them wanted the ball. So it's nice. Monessen's calling their plays off a phone, which is nice. And now they're getting some coaching. Some motions there. Let's see. Monessen back. Get the first down, but he runs backwards. Let's see where they mark him. And they're going to mark him short. It's 4th and 1. He had the first down. But since he ran back on his own accord, he loses the forward progress. That brings up 4th and 1. Ball at the 21-yard line. Monessen running this hurry up. They got a man open and throw it, and it's intercepted.
Yep, there goes
Marcus
that guy
Fields.
again. Marcus Fields.
Makes up for his drop on the last drive. Gets 3 points for Carrick, but they still trail 11-10.
Not a bad play at all. Marcus Fields on the money there yet again.
Carrick trailing by 1.
What was that? Oh, I'm about to say, what the heck?
Yeah, it lets me know whenever.
That's dope, though.
Zion Fry in action here.
Complete to Fields, his favorite target so far today. Gets the ball down to the 23-yard line for a gain of 17 on the play. Brings up 2nd down and 3. Fry showing good composure in the pocket there. And Fields does a good job of bringing that ball in. John Johnson goes to the top of your screen. The lone receiver to the top for now as the Raiders go 3 wide. Running back to Fry's right, that is Brian Babjack. Fry takes the snap. Goes to Johnson, and he's caught it, and he walks into the end zone for a huge 6 points for the Raiders, 16-11. John Johnson's been getting open all game, and it's the first time they've gone to him, and he's been that open, and he's able to pull it in for the 6.
Right. Yeah, definitely good positioning there. Carrick really knows how to spread out in the field. I mean, they get around the defense quite well. Right now, things are looking good here for them. 16-11. However, Monessen can still take this game away. Let's see what's in store here. They're going in for that 2-point attempt at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, making the Greyhounds cover more ground in that end zone. So
let's see what we got. Zion Fry in action. And off to Marcus Fields again.
yeah, the F to F connection really working tonight. Fry to Fields.
So he's the go-to guy. When you're scanning across the field and trying to see where to send that ball, Marcus Fields is almost a sure thing. So we're looking at 18-11. Carrick now in the lead. Monessen going at the 40-yard line here for the offensive play. Let's see what they got. And again, shout out to Coach Steve Brown, the founder of the 210 Speed and Agility 7-on-7 Year 2 here at the Woodland Hills Wolvearena. For arranging this event, multiple schools, one field. Monessen here at the offensive line, 40-yard line rather, for the offensive play. Quarterback sends it deep, and looks like it could be an interception there. that it's a collision instead.
Yeah, he definitely had his man open, but good closing speed on there by Zion Fry and Kajon Johnson.
So Monessen stays at the 40-yard line. Again, they're not too far away from getting this game either tied or taken for themselves. Of course, they could lose this to an interception, which would hit them at an ugly position. But they got time.
Gain to about the 30-yard line for a gain of 10. Brings up 3rd down and 10.
Monessen gaining some ground here. Seems like they're almost taking their time, but we know that the quarterback is a powerhouse here as he sends it to a receiver at the 20-yard line.
That will be enough for a Greyhounds first down. Ball is marked just beyond the 20-yard line. Greyhounds trying to sneak a couple extra yards there. Ball is placed at the 20. Greyhounds going to hurry up as they've done most of the day. Quarterback just decides to hold on to it and not throw it. Not risk anything if nothing's open.
And time is running out. Nonetheless, they still have enough time to get this ball into the end zone and get this game in a position that's more favorable to them. So let's see what Monessen has in store here. Know that they have a powerful quarterback, just as Carrick does.
As Greyhounds go complete 5 wide, 3 to the near side, 2 to the far side. Obviously man-to-man coverage. Quarterback's looking for someone. Throws it, pump fakes, got his man, catches it. Lots of room, tries to make a couple man miss, cannot. Gets it down to the 5. That brings up 3rd down and goal. Ball at the 5-yard line.
Yeah. It seems like a touchdown is imminent here.
Well, normally you'd think that if this was a regular game, but in 7-on-7, these touchdowns aren't guaranteed. And so the positive for the defense is they have a lot less room to cover. So you can play a little bit. And, of course, we say that and a touchdown is scored.
It's guaranteed.
So now what do you do? Do you go for the extra point? Oh, they're going to go for 2 to take the lead.
Might as well. I mean, time's running out. Any gap is good.
You make the Raiders cover a little more ground. And it pays off. 2 points for the Greyhounds, 19-18. So let's see if the Raiders can respond. You know, some of the statistical leaders last year, Zion Fry threw for 1,503 yards, 85 completions on 141 attempts, 5 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. Their leading receiver is not here. Rashard Woods, 42 catches for just a hair under 800 yards, averaging a pretty 19 yards average. And Marcus Fields was go-to man now with 19 receptions for 253 yards for a 13.3 average. And leading rusher for the Raiders last year, well, it's none other than Zion Fry, averaging 5.5 yards a carry, 32 attempts, 177 yards.
Ooh, baby, all right.
Fry's going for it. He's got a man wide open. It's caught. Matthew Thomas into the end zone for 6. That lead for the Greyhounds did not last long.
Yeah. I mean, it was a short-lived moment of victory there for them, but it happens. It happens. They're going in for that 2-point attempt there at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, they'll put them up by 7 points. So that will make Monessen have to get the extra point afterwards. Because even if you go for 1, it doesn't make any sense. That would just tie the game up on a touchdown.
Right. So let's see what we got here. At the 10-yard line for the additional 2 points.
Fry's looking. Has Jones. There you go. Throws it.
Oh.
Towards Fields. Incomplete. Huge stand by the Greyhound defense. So Monessen, this is their shot. We're getting to that time where this game's almost over.
Yeah, I would imagine in this play they're going to try to go deep with this one. The quarterback is one that's, well, he has a tendency to do just that, especially right now as time's running out. That possibility is certainly looking like an option here.
And don't worry about the time if you're Monessen. They've been going hurry up all game, so they're used to going fast.
And again, just shortly after this, we have another game coming up here. We have not another game. We got the Rock Comedy Show coming up at 8 o'clock that has adult content to it. So viewer discretion is advised. But that show is the show before Christmas. So check it out on YouTube, Facebook, Roku TV, Apple TV, Amazon Fire Stick, Facebook, and Facebook Better page, as well as Twitter. Let's see what we got here. Monessen in action since off to number 21, taken out by number 7 from Carrick. Let me just take a glance at this roster.
Number 7 is Mike Davis on the tackle there.
Mike Davis, indeed. The possibility.
So gain of about 20 and a half yards there. The ball is placed at the, as that pass is complete. Tackle on the play there by Tymir Beasley. But not before. About another 5 yards. That brings up second down and goal at the 15. Greyhounds down by 5.
15 more yards to go. Let's see what they got here. Looks like it could potentially be a tied game. Let's see. Quarterback is running out of time.
Yeah, pass is caught in the end zone, but it will not count. The whistle blew. Now the Greyhounds had their check down receiver on the far side wide open. So even if you don't get a touchdown, it makes it a little easier to score in the following 2 plays. But the quarterback never turned his head to look. He just stayed locked on half of the field. That's where the 4-second rule comes into handy. We'll see if he does it again. This time he does look, takes a glance over, looking for someone, fires into the end zone, and it is caught for the touchdown. Back and forth we go. 25-24. Monessen Greyhounds over the Carrick Raiders.
Yeah, that's the kind of game I always love to watch. A close game, back and forth between each other. It is a tremendous display of power by these two teams. As we know, Carrick has a mighty fine quarterback as well as Monessen. So we knew it was going to be a good game right from the get-go. Looks like they're going in for that 2-point attempt. Can they nail it? And they do.
Yeah, the reason they do that, now they're up 3. So my mind was off. I was like, if they get an interception, it's a tie. But I'm like, wait. Monessen's going to be on defense. So Carrick has to respond here. Down by 3 points. And they're not going to get a chance to respond because... Oh, no, that was on the other field. Oh, nope. That is whistle. I thought the whistle was for the other side of the field, but that will be the game. So Monessen with technically the last play touchdown, or the walk-off touchdown, I should say, as the Greyhounds of Monessen defeat the Raiders of Carrick 27-24.
Well done indeed. Yeah, it was a close game time and time again. So, thank you for joining us here on the Roxamore Sports broadcast coverage. Of course, we'll be back here next Tuesday, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., as well as Wednesday, from now, every week, until July 1st, when we have a knockout and championship game on the same day here on the Roxamore Sports Network. Of course, we got another event coming up here right now for our 8 o'clock show. That is a rock comedy show, the show before Christmas, so be sure to check that out. YouTube, Facebook fan page, Twitter, Apple TV, Amazon Fire Stick.
And Max, before we go, we said since we want to wish all of the fathers out there a happy early Father's Day. It doesn't matter if you're father to a human or a dog, a cat, or even plant. We don't judge. And of course, we'd also like to wish everybody a happy Juneteenth. So it's great that it is a federal holiday. It is being recognized, and it's a great thing to celebrate as we see a collision down there of the Raiders during a celebration. Always got to be careful. You never know what could happen. That's how Edwin Diaz ended his season. So,
Yep.
hey, we're glad to see the young man is okay. But hey, speaking of okay, isn't it cool, Max, that here to the 210 Speed and Agility 7-on-7 Passing League, it brings the stars out in Aaron Donald. How about that? If you're one of these kids, you can go look and go, oh my God, that is the best defensive player in football watching me play right now.
Absolutely. That's a great legacy. It's always great to see these NFL players come back to the roots. You know, everybody starts from somewhere, and usually it's high school when it comes to the NFL and other professional sports. So it's great to see them here mentor these young athletes as they head off into the future. A bold, beautiful future.
And we're about to send you off into the Rock Comedy Show. So thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in to the 210 7-on-7 Passing League. My name is Michael Costa, along with Max Keever. All rights are reserved. Go to the owner of the Roxamore Sports Network, Leon Rockymore. Any use of this footage, you have to get his permission. And he's a nice guy. He might let you use it. Have a good night, everyone. Enjoy the Rock Comedy Show. We'll see you next Tuesday.